Dear students, welcome back. So now today we are going to discuss the summary of the first essay which is there in your course. And the title of the essay is The Power of Prayer. The Power of Prayer uh, is an essay and which is written by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. In fact, it's not an essay. It is an extract from his autobiography, The Wings of Fire. Okay, so but for exam purpose you should remember because it is there in your course as an essay. तो आपको essay का नाम याद रखना है. essay का नाम है The Power of Prayer और इसको लिखने वाले हैं Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Right, so you must know that title of the essay and also the name of its author. This will be asked in comprehension. Comprehension question आपको एक पैराग्राफ आएगा इसमें से और उसमें ये क्वेश्चन भी पूछा जाता है कि नेम द essay and its author. राइट, तो आपको आई हैव टोल्ड यू द पावर ऑफ प्रेयर. आप इसके साथ साथ समरी के पहले आप टेक्स्ट जरूर पढ़ें. यू मस्ट रीड द टेक्स्ट विच इज़ गिवन in your textbooks, entire essay, so that you have an idea about this essay and you can also attempt the comprehension questions. Okay, so we'll quickly go through the summary, right? And comprehension, I just assume that all of you will go through the essay in your textbooks also. Okay, so here is a great man, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and as I told you, this essay is an extract from his autobiography, The Wings of Fire. Autobiography means, you know that auto means self, bio means life, graphy means write. So this is one's life history written by oneself, himself or herself. आत्मकथा जिसको हिंदी में कहते हैं. सो उनकी जो आत्मकथा है ऑटोबायोग्राफी विंग्स ऑफ फायर, उसका एक छोटा सा हिस्सा है ये ऐसे जिसका टाइटल है The Power of Prayer. Okay, so a little about the author. You know Dr. Abdul Kalam, he was our president. He was also known as the Missile Man of India. So he was a man who had a lot of commitment towards his, duty, and he has risen from very humble background to become the president of this country. So he is a great inspiration, and he will continue to remain a great man who is loved by every section of the society, be it children or elderly or the young people. So because of his great contribution in the missile development this plan of India, he was also nicknamed as the Missile Man of India. And because of his popularity as a president, he was also given the title of People's President. So he was a great scientist, a philosopher, leader, and writer. And he was born in Rameswaram, Tamil Nadu, and he completed his aeronautical engineering degree from IIT Chennai. And he worked as ISRO chief. He also worked in DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization, and he has achieved many great things in the field of satellite technology and the missile development program of India. And he became the 11th president of our country, and as I told you, he remains a great inspiration to the students and especially the young people, the children. He had great love for young people, and he has written many famous books, and out of those famous books they are like Wings of Fire, India 2020, My Journey, and Ignited Minds. So if you get a chance, you must read almost all of these books, because he carries a very sound philosophy, and he is a great inspiration, right? So let's go through the summary now. So this essay, as I told you, is an excerpt, or you can say extract, or maybe I'll call it part from Abdul Kalam's autobiographical book, The Wings of Fire. तो एक हिस्सा है उसका, excerpt. You can note down this word. It's a new word for you, excerpt, right? It is an excerpt, or you can call it an abstract or extract also. So कुछ हिस्सा है उनकी ऑटोबायोग्राफी का, जिसको जो आपके कोर्स में ऐसे है. So उनकी ऑटोबायोग्राफी का नाम है द विंग्स ऑफ फायर. So this essay provides us a picture of his childhood days and experiences, right? So he was born in a middle class family in a small town, island town of Rameswaram in Tamil Nadu. So these are the things which you should know. He was born in Rameswaram, which is an island town. Okay, island town of Rameswaram. Then his father was, he talks about his father, that how he was a very religious man who did not have much formal education. तो वो अपने पिताजी के बारे में कहते हैं कि he did not have any formal education. Formal education का मतलब है the kind of education you have in schools and colleges. तो उसको बोलते हैं formal education. तो कहता है कि पिताजी की ज़्यादा formal education नहीं थी. Yet he had great innate wisdom and true generosity of spirit. Yeah, this is a question also which is asked. What are the two great qualities which his father possessed? So you can see here. So these are the two great qualities. He had a great innate wisdom. Innate मतलब अपने आप जो उनके अंदर एक बुद्धिमत्ता थी, wisdom, अंदर से ही. कहने का मतलब वो कहीं सीखे नहीं, ना फॉर्मल एजुकेशन भी ज़्यादा नहीं थी, लेकिन फिर भी वो पैदाइशी जो उनके अंदर एक समझदारी थी. एंड ट्रू जेनरसिटी ऑफ स्पिरिट. जेनरस मीन्स काइंडनेस, और उनके अंदर दूसरी क्वालिटी थी ग्रेट काइंडनेस इन हिम. सो इफ़ यू आर आस्क्ड अ क्वेश्चन, मे बी इन कॉम्प्रिहेंशन और शॉर्ट आंसर क्वेश्चंस, so the question may be asked, what are the two great qualities which Kalam's father had or possessed? So you can answer. One was the innate wisdom, great innate wisdom, inborn wisdom, and true generosity of spirit. अब इतना बड़ा याद नहीं रहता है, तो आप सिंपल याद रखते हो. Great kindness, right? His mother was a kind-hearted lady, and then he speaks about his mother. She was also a very kind-hearted lady, and Kalam had a very secure childhood. So there may be a question, what kind of childhood Kalam had? So you can reply like this. Kalam had a very secure childhood. You know, his physical as well as emotional needs were fulfilled completely. Physical means whatever he needed, food, clothes, medicine. So all those requirements were fulfilled by his father. And emotional needs also. You know, human beings, we have physical as well as emotional needs. That is why we have families, friends, to fulfill our emotional needs. Physical needs means आपको खाना चाहिए, कपड़ा चाहिए, दवाई चाहिए, स्कूल के लिए किताबें चाहिए, तो वो सारी चीज़ें आपकी physical needs. और एक emotional needs होती है कि you need to connect people, you need to share your thoughts, your feelings, you need love and care. तो वो सारी चीज़ें बचपन में उनको पूरी मिली from his parents, and his parents were known as an ideal couple in the locality. और उनके जो parents थे वो they were considered as an ideal couple in the locality. So now he talks about where he lived. He lived in a pucca house which was made of brick and limestone, right? And he talks about the place where he lived. Hindus and Muslims lived in a friendly manner in that locality. And the famous Shiva temple of Rameswaram, which was very near to his house. And he talks about his childhood, that when that often he saw his father with the head priest of that temple, who was a close friend of his father. Right, so the head priest of this Shiva temple in Rameswaram, he was a close friend of his father, Both his father and the head priest, they discussed spiritual matters together. So this shows the communal harmony, or the religious, what do you call that, bonding between these two people, the head priest and his father. They discussed spiritual matters together. And many people came to his father with bowls of water. बॉल्स, कटोरा जिसको बोलते हैं हम हिंदी। तो बहुत सारे लोग आते थे उनके पिताजी के पास, वो कटोरा भर के पानी उसमें लेके आते थे, एंड ही डिप्ड हिज फिंगर्स इन दिस वाटर। और वो क्या करते थे, उनकी फिंगर्स को उसके अंदर डिप करते थे उनके पिताजी। द वाटर वॉज देन कैरिड होम टू बी गिवन टू द सिक एंड नीडी, एंड देन दिस वाटर वॉज कैरिड बाई these people back to their homes, to be given to the sick people, those who were not well, and the needy, those who needed that. The people returned to thank his father, and when those people were cured, so they came back to thank his father, and but he only asked them to thank the God. Okay, he did because his father was a deeply religious man who believed in the greatness of God, and he did not take any credit for all the things that he did. So this is what you can explain about the childhood of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. His father, if something is asked to you regarding his father, so you may explain like this: his father was a religious man who did not have any formal education, much formal. That means he was a little educated in the formal sense, but he had a great wisdom and true gentle kindness, right? And his mother was also very kind-hearted lady. And as far as Kalam's childhood is concerned, he says it was very secure both physically as well as emotionally. So all his physical and emotional needs were fulfilled by his parents, and he lived in a pucca house which was made of brick and limestone, and Hindus and Muslims, they lived in a friendly manner. Amicably means in a friendly way in his locality. And he talks about how the head priest of that Shiva temple in Rameswaram, he was a very close friend of his father, and his father was also a religious man, and many people, he came to his father with bowls of water. तो पानी भर के लाते थे कटोरे, जिसके अंदर उनके पिताजी यूज्ड टू डिप हिज फिंगर्स एंड यूज्ड टू से सम प्रेयर्स, और कुछ प्रेयर्स कहते थे, एंड दिस वाटर वाज कैरिड बैक टू द सिक एंड द नीडी, एंड द पीपल गॉट क्योर्ड, एंड व्हेन दे केम बैक टू थैंक हिम, ही इंस्टेड आस्क्ड देम टू थैंक गॉड. सो now there is another question that will be asked to you in short answer questions maybe. So what is the relevance of prayer? So the answer you will find in the next paragraph. So once Kalam asked his father about the relevance of prayer. So Kalam was very small and he did not understand all those Arabic prayers which were chanted in the mosque. So he used to visit the mosque during prayer hours with along with his father. But he did not understand the meaning of those prayers. So he asked his father what was the relevance of these prayers. Relevance means what was इनका महत्व, इनका औचित्य या इनकी ज़रूरत क्या है. His father replied that there was nothing mysterious about the prayer. So this is the answer, right? Okay, what did his father tell about him about the relevance of prayer? So his father replied that there was nothing mysterious about the prayer. तो उनके पिताजी ने कहा कि प्रेयर के अंदर कुछ भी रहस्यमय नहीं होता है, राइट, बट इट इज़ ओनली ए कम्युनियन ऑफ द स्पिरिट. लेकिन क्या है, ये एक तरह से जो आवाज़, अंतरात्मा की जो आवाज़ है, स्पिरिट, वो सभी की एक साथ मिल जाती है. सो व्हेन वन प्रेज, तो जब कोई आदमी दुआ करता है या प्रार्थना करता है, ही और शी राइजेज अबव द फिजिकल बॉडी. वो जो है अपने जो उसका भौतिक शरीर है, जो उसका शरीर है, उससे वो ऊपर उठ जाता है. कहने का मतलब वो ही डज नॉट आइडेंटिफाई हिमसेल्फ और हरसेल्फ विद द फिजिकल बॉडी. वो ही बिकम्स ए पार्ट ऑफ द यूनिवर्स. वो एक ब्रह्मांड का एक हिस्सा बन जाता है विद नो डिस्टिंक्शन ऑफ एज, वेल्थ, कास्ट और क्रीड। तो जब वो आत्मा की जो आवाज़ वो उस भौतिक शरीर को त्याग देती है, तो वो एक तरह से वो आज़ाद हो जाती है। किस चीज़ से? उन बंधनों से जो हमने उम्र के, धन दौलत के, जाति के या धर्म के या पंथ के बना रखे हैं, उनसे ऊपर निकल उठ जाती है और it joins in the spirit of all, and that is how it reaches the cosmos. Cosmos means the, you can say, uh, the higher power, right? So this is the power of the prayer. So what is the relevance of prayer according to Kalam's father? Kalam's father says or replied that there was nothing mysterious, कुछ भी रहस्यमय नहीं है, but it is only a communion. Communion means coming together or grouping together of the spirit. So when one prays, then what happens? He or she, just rises above the physical body. वो फिर मर्द औरत, अमीर गरीब, छोटा बड़ा, इस चीज़ का भेदभाव जो समाप्त हो जाता है, ख़त्म हो जाता है, और वो उसकी आत्मा की आवाज़ जो है वो उन सब की एक साथ इकट्ठी होकर फिर वो ब्रह्मांड तक पहुंच जाती है. एंड दैट इज़ द पावर ऑफ प्रेयर. Then Kalam's father believed that every human being was a creation of God, so he should not be afraid of difficulties, suffering, and problems. So there may be a question why we should not be afraid of difficulties, suffering, and problems. So the answer is here. So whenever such problems come, they provide us with an opportunity to look within. He made Kalam believe that every creature was created by God to perform a particular role. So the influence of his father in forming the character and thinking of Kalam was phenomenal. बहुत ज़्यादा था. कलाम के पिताजी मानते थे कि every human being was a creation of God, कि हर इंसान परमात्मा की बनाई हुई एक चीज़ है. And he should not be afraid of difficulty. तो इसीलिए कभी भी मुश्किलों से, कष्ट से और समस्याओं से डरना नहीं चाहिए. Whenever such problems come, जब भी कुछ ऐसी समस्या आती है, डिफ़िकल्टी आती है, सफरिंग होती है, तो वो एक मौका होता है. They provide us with an opportunity to look within, कि हम अपने अंदर झांकें, so that we can face such problems, such difficulties when we encounter them in the future. So he made Kalam believe that every creature was created by God to perform a particular role. तो इसलिए कलाम के मन में ये उन्होंने बात बिठा दी थी कि हर जो क्रिएचर है, हर एक जो प्राणी है इस धरती का, वो एक कुछ ना कुछ रोल उसको मिला हुआ. Kalam thus believed that whatever he had achieved in life was due to God's will. इसीलिए कलाम ने भी जब when he became the chief scientist, he became the head of DRDO, and he was the head of India's, he also headed India's satellite program. Then he became the president, but he never took claim for, he never claimed anything as his own. So he was very humble in his opinion, because he believed that whatever he had achieved in life was due to God's will. कि जो भी उन्होंने पाया इस जीवन में वो प्रभु की इच्छा से ही पाया. He was only an instrument to achieve the desired goal. वो सिर्फ एक जरिया बने, एक तरीका बने उस चीज़ को पाने का जिसके लिए God chose him. परमात्मा ने उनको चुना. He says that these missiles and rockets are God's creation through a small man called Kalam. और वो कभी never takes credit for his achievements, right? He just believes, or he just says that these missiles, the rockets. So he says this is God's creation through a small man called Kalam. So this shows the humble nature of this great man, who does not even want to take any credit for his achievements. He rather mentions his colleagues and teachers as the real heroes behind all this success. वो अपने ऊपर को, he doesn't even claim anything as his own. He doesn't claim his talent behind his success. He only thanks his colleagues and teachers as the real heroes behind his success. So this is the humbleness that this great man had. And he says that all human beings are born with a divine fire in them, and that everyone should make efforts to give wings to this fire and fill the world with the shine of goodness. और वो ये कहते हैं कि किसी भी इंसान को no human being should consider himself as small. कभी भी अपने आप को आप कम ना आंकें. Right? He says that all human beings are born with a divine fire. कि हर इंसान के अंदर एक दैवीय शक्ति है. Divine fire means a kind of celestial power. Okay, एक शक्ति है हर इंसान के अंदर. And everyone should try to, give wings to this fire. That means everyone should try to lighten up this fire and fill the world with the shine of goodness. और कोशिश करनी चाहिए कि हम उस रोशनी से जो हमारे अंदर है उसको पहले हम ढूंढें, फिर हम उसको इस तरह से चमक दें कि उस चमक से सारी दुनिया में अच्छाई की चमक फैल जाए. The shine of goodness. So this is a very wonderful essay, and more than helping you in your exams, or helping you in passing your exams, there is a lot of inspiration which you can draw from this life of this great but very humble man, right? So he will continue to remain an inspiration for all of us, all the Indians and the people around the world in the coming 100 years, what I believe. So this was the greatness of this man, and I hope you not only will learn things from his life, but you will also try to follow his example. Okay, thank you.